Good evening, everyone. How you all doing? And welcome to the live watch along between Brazil and Japan in the World Cup last 32, guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine, guys. I hope everyone is having a blessed Monday today so far, guys. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to smash the like on the video, all that jazz. That'd be absolutely fantastic, which should be, guys, it should be a very, very interesting game, a very entertaining game, of course, guys. So we're just waiting for it to kick off. 15 minutes to go, guys. And let's do this, guys. Hopefully it's a good game. Hopefully it's a competitive game, of course. I've been a little bit disappointed in Japan, if I'm being honest, this tournament so far. However, they have got through the group. I expected them to get through the group, but they have been a little bit on the disappointing side for me, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. Obviously, friendlies are completely different to a World Cup situation. And, you know, the pressure is on the World Cup. And not least tonight, because Brazil are there. And one thing I like about this Brazil side is not the fact they have Galacticos players. They have one or two very, very good players. But the fact that they're more of a team. They're more of like a humble team, if you know what I mean. Not like in the past where they've had big names and things like that. You know, massive names, huge names. These days, they don't. They have the Brentford players of this world. You know what I mean? We also have Cunha up front, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. Of course, Cunha playing in the middle there. Looking forward to seeing him play. Of course, I mean, that just adds a little bit of spice to the occasion, doesn't it, at the end of the day, guys? But good to have you here, guys. I'm going to get through the lineups real quickly. Of course, everyone, I will get through the lineups for you guys. Let's have a look at all the lineups, if you don't mind. Right, let's have a look at that. So, okay. In regards to Brazil, Alisson is in goal. Of course, Alisson, he plays for Liverpool. Of course, I think he's leaving Liverpool, if I'm not wrong. Danilo, the talented right back from Flamengo, 34-year-old. A lot of experience in this defense. We've got PSG's Marquinhos, 32-year-old. Obviously, Gabriel of Arsenal. We've got Santos, Douglas Santos of Zenit St. Petersburg, 32-year-old. 28-year-old as well. Gomes from Newcastle United there. We've got Casemiro, of course, a legend at Man United these days, 34-year-old midfielder there. Absolutely done wonders last season. One of the players of the season for United and in the Premier League, in my opinion. They've got West Ham, Flamengo's Lucas Paqueta here. So 28-year-old as well. You see, their team is very experienced. And until you get, obviously, to Ryan, who is obviously a very talented 19-year-old player, plays for Bournemouth. Who would have thought a few years ago that we'd be talking about a Brazilian international playing at the World Cup for Bournemouth? Who would have thought that? I never would have thought that myself. Absolutely not. We've got Cunha, of course, up front. Manchester United legend. Not quite yet, but you know what? Soon to be. And Vinicius Junior, who is obviously a legend at Real Madrid, of course. He is up front. In regards to Japan, they've got Suzuki, who plays for Parma in Italy. And they're playing a 3-4-2-1 here. They've got Tomiyasu, who plays for Ajax. They've got Taniguchi, who plays for St. Truden. They've got Taniguchi. They've got Ito. This one's Hiroki Ito, who plays for Bayern Munich as well. So good player, that one. Ritsudon, who plays for Frankfurt. They've got Sanu, Kaishu Sanu, who plays for Mainz. They've got Kamada, of course, Crystal Palace. Nakamura, who plays for Reims in France. They got Ito, Junya Ito, who plays for Genk in Belgium. And they got Maeda, who plays for Celtic in Scotland, with Ueda up front, who plays for Feyenoord, of course, guys. So interesting to say the least in regards to that, guys. Absolutely good to see everyone in the house. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome, guys. Don't forget to smash those likes. Edison Waverton, Alexandro, Gleison Bramer, Leo Pereira, Roger Ibanez, Danilo, Edison, Fabinho, Endrick, Gabriel Martinelli, Igor Thiago, Luis Henrique, and Neymar are in there. Are basically the bench options. In regards to Japan, they've got Keisei Osako, Tomoki Hayakawa, Ayumu Seko, Jonosuke Suzuki, Kei Itura, Watanabe, Sugawara, Negatomo, Tanaka, Suzuki again. That's Yotu Suzuki. Go to Shiogai, Ogawa, and Mashino Koto. So, yeah, those are the teams. So when we look at the last recent results of Japan, of course, Japan drew 1-1 with Sweden the last game. They beat Tunisia 4-0. They drew 2-2 with Holland in that group, guys. And, yeah, look, you know, not bad in regards to that, guys. Not bad. And when we look at Japan, when we look at Brazil, excuse me, they beat, obviously, Scotland 3-0. They beat Haiti 3-0 and they drew 1-1 with Morocco. Morocco are the dark horses of this tournament, absolutely. And yeah, look, interesting game, this one. Interesting game. It starts to get to the nitty gritty, doesn't it? It starts to get to the serious business, doesn't it, guys, in regards to this tournament. When we get to knockout competitions, of course, that's what it's all about. It's about, we're here for the knockout competitions. This is when it gets exciting. Hopefully it doesn't go to extra time, though. Big up. Let me just say big up to everyone in the stream. Hope you're doing well. Big up Ephraim. Big up Bobby, of course. Tottenham can't afford Mateus, not a chance. They can afford him, Bobby. They put the money on the table. They can afford him. Whether it's wise or not for them not to afford him, not to buy him, it's up to them. But they are the ones who've got the money and say they've got the money. Whether they have, if they haven't got the money, why are they flirting with the deal at the end of the day? Whether they pay it or not is another story, but they obviously are willing to pay 85 million for Mateus Fernandes. They do have the money, absolutely. Big up everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Big up Danny B. Hope you're well. Yeah, Tottenham had the money, and we have to treat it like Tottenham have got the money because they're the ones who are willing to pay the money, and that's as simple as that. You know, whether they do it or not, as I said, that's it. But we have to take this very, very seriously, and Man United needs to start acting like a football club at the end of the day. I don't want to like down tool on Tottenham because at least Tottenham are showing us some ambition. They're showing ambition. Whether they whatever they got in their kitty, I know that they got a little bit of investment. They're obviously ambitious and they want to bring players in, unlike us. And to be honest with you, we're not even flirting to pay that money. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the worrying thing. I think Tottenham, I think that, you know, I don't think any football team, good football team, big football team would actually say they've got the money and don't have the money. And that's what I would say through experience. If they haven't got the money, then they're just going to be falling flat in their face and wasting their time, isn't it? Really, it doesn't make any logical sense that they haven't got the money yet, putting 85 million on the table and bidding for him. You know what I mean? That's what I would say about that, Bob. They have got it, and I've good people telling me they've got it too, and they're willing to pay it, guys. Guys, don't forget to smash the like on the video if you don't mind. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Of course, really appreciate it. Should be a good game. And guys, the next game I'm doing will be after this one will be the Morocco game tomorrow against Holland, which should be a very, very interesting game. Looking forward to that game as well. Absolutely looking forward to that. Mark, you legend. You are the kindest soul on the planet, mate. Thank you so much for your generous super chat, my friend. You're absolute diamond. Thank you so much for your support and your generosity. You're an absolute amazing person. Thank you, mate. Hey, Southern community. I'm very well. Good to see you, my friend. This should be a really good game. I see Brazil 3-2. Big up, Southern community. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. You're an absolute legend. Thank you for your support and thank you for your generosity. It means a lot. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. Of course, absolutely. Bear me a second, guys. Yes, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. The national anthems are out. You can kind of say there's two Man United players in the Brazil lineup, isn't it? But one of them's obviously retired now, isn't it, guys? So yeah, you can kind of say there's two. Looking forward to this game. This is one of the games like we've been looking forward to, you know what I mean, for a while now, to be honest with you. And good to have a good game, competitive game, of course. Yesterday's game, it was a game that we would all rather forget, to be honest with you. Guys, it is all a game we rather forget because obviously it wasn't the most entertaining affair. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, you know, thank you, Marky Mark, again, you legend. Thank you for joining me. The legends are in the house today. Thank you so much, my friend. And let's hope we celebrate with a big win today, guys. I don't mind. I just long as it's a good game. That's all I care about. It's a good game, competitive and fair. That's all I care about at the end of the day. And then we go from there, of course. The Germany game is on very late for me. It's on at 12:30 midnight. I have to be up tomorrow, but I'm going to be doing the Morocco game when I get up. And then obviously the Germany game is going to finish too late. So yeah, it's some of the games. There's one game England are going to be playing. If England get through against Congo, they'll be playing at 1 o'clock in the morning next time. So Yeah, the times are a little bit strange, you know, if you ask me. The times are a little bit strange. They're a little bit they're taking time to get used to, in my opinion. But yeah, hopefully, you know, once we start getting to the quarterfinal and the semi-final, then you know maybe the times might alter somewhat. I don't know. I don't know. But as you can see there, the all-seeing guy on the pitch and all that nonsense, and then we're here. We're waiting for the national anthems at the moment, guys. That's what we're waiting for, and absolutely, and yeah. Well, Brazil have had their anthem. I mean, you know, guys, what do you make of the English national anthem? What do you think of the English national anthem? You know, it's not so much the lyrically. I don't think it represents the people. It represents a family. You know what I mean? I think it doesn't represent the people. I've always felt that as an Englishman. You know, it never represented the people. Like for example, when you see Brazil's national anthem, France national anthem, Italian national anthem, you see these national anthems, and they always start with this really high note, right? And it's like duh, 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 duh. England's like do like that, and it's like a bit like a downer sort of thing. I really do think so. You can't get hyped up for that, in my opinion. And I think like the national anthem, France national anthem as well, is really nice. And you know, when we see England's national anthem, I can never get into it. Do you know what I mean? Mention of it, kings and queens and stuff. Marky, yeah, I just got luck this weekend, and for the 4th of July going out, my job gives us a week off, so we're going to try and make it to a game. But tickets are just crazy expensive. Mark, I've heard about it. My brother in New York was trying to make it to a game at the MetLife. You know what I mean? And he can't make it. The prices are just astronomically ridiculous, and you know, it just priced people out, the normal folk out of games, haven't they? And that's the problem. And obviously the football's the working class game, you know, and the price I'm seeing. And look, Man United are doing the same in England. They're doing the same thing. A lot of the Man United with the Glazers and Ineos, the prices sometimes a normal ticket is up to £400. You know, it's ridiculous now. Prices of football matches, pricing normal people out of football is disgraceful. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, it is disgraceful, in my opinion. Big up, Leeson. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Where about Leeson? Indiana. Big up, Indiana. Indiana Jones. Indiana Marky Mark. That's what it is at the end of the day. Big up, Marky Mark, of course. Ex-footballer, Marky Mark, by the way. Absolutely. There you go. It's a small world, as they say. It's a small world. Here come the refs, all in orange, looking at Holland. And there's hope for a nice affair between the two sides. Look, guys, I have predicted 2-0 to Brazil. And the reason I predicted 2-0 Brazil, I just feel like Japan might fold in the pressure. I just got this feeling. That's why I'm going for 2-0. I like Japan. I think they're a good football team. I just think they're going to fold under the pressure. I think it's going to get to them a little bit, in my opinion. And Brazil will end up winning the game. You know, after 90 minutes, I think they'll win 2-0. But it won't be easy. But I think it'd be 2-0. Get your predictions in, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you think the scores are going to be. Of course. Yeah, I forgot. Does Alisson still play for Liverpool? Has he left Liverpool yet? I haven't heard anything about him recently. But yeah, it's an older Brazil side, to say the least. It is a very aging Brazil side. They're very experienced, I would say. But what I want, one of the main reasons that I think they're going to win Brazil, and look, part of me wants them to win. And you know I want Brazil to win because I want Brazil to play Argentina. That's what I want. I want Brazil to play Argentina. You know, Bobby's going for 5-0. Bloody hell, my goodness me. Honestly, Bob, I want them to play Argentina. That's what I want. I want Portugal, Argentina, or Brazil, Argentina. Those are the two games I want. Absolutely. I wouldn't mind seeing England, Argentina. You know, I just don't think. I'm not sure about England at the moment. I don't think England are ready at the moment, to be honest with you. You know that there's a conundrum at the moment with England, isn't there? There's this old right back situation. I said just play free at the back. England should just play free at the back and play Saka as a right wing back. And I thought just do that. You know what I mean? I don't agree with playing a centre back at right back. I just don't think you get the same attacking prowesses in regards to that. But it is what it is. We're going to play the 4-4, the 4-2-3-1, of course. Absolutely. Right, commander of Crystal Palace is with us here. Not with us right now. It'd be very difficult for him to be here and at the game at the same time. But you got Crystal Palace, you got a Bournemouth guys, and a Brentford player in a World Cup with Brazil and Japan. Isn't that something, guys? Isn't that something? You know what I mean? Football's funny old game. No, you wouldn't have believed that 20 years ago, would you? Or 30 years ago. You would never have believed that. Absolutely not. We're underway, guys. We're getting underway. Brazil will be kicking off from left to right here, guys, in this magnificent stadium. Very big and nice stadium, of course. We are underway for this game, guys. I hope everyone's doing blessed. And, guys, just a little heads up. Chatterbox will be back after the World Cup, just to let you know. Chatterbox will be back after the World Cup. And... yeah, we'll be back to the basic default settings. Obviously, I want your advice as well. I want the community's advice. I like to listen to the community and I'm planning on doing more watch-alongs next season. Obviously, around Europe. Obviously, Man United every single game, and the majority and the main Premier League games, Champions League games. We've got a lot of work to do next season. Obviously, we've got Champions League as well. So I'm looking to doing games in between. Some games like selective games around the world, and it'd be great to do that. It would be great to do that, and do more. Absolutely, next season. I'm looking to do a lot more. Obviously, Chatterbox will be back, and we'll be talking everything Man United every single day again after the World Cup. We'll see the World Cup, guys. It's strenuous. It is strenuous. Speaking of strenuous, the player. Brazilian player's he's holding his hamstring. Paqueta, is it? Yeah, it's Paqueta. Didn't he play for West Ham, didn't he? Plays for Flamengo now. He played for West Ham. He played for West Ham. Now, this is a game looking for me too, Kenny. More Premier League Watchalongs coming. Yeah, lots of them. And we got Champions League next season, Kenny. So, we're going to have some big games coming up. You know what I mean? It's nice to do a Champions League watch. A nice little flick there from Brazil. Didn't quite work out. They've won the ball here easily. And was a chance for Brazil. Already hyped up, Brazil. Look at them. Already hyped up for this game. See a Man United shirt in the crowd. There you go. You see Man United everywhere. We get everywhere, don't we? We get everywhere. Man United fans get everywhere. Yeah, let's hope that all I hope is this is more of an entertaining game than we had yesterday, because yesterday's game was awful. I'll be honest, no disrespect. It's a corner to Brazil. No disrespect. It was an awful spectacle. It was an awful game. I'll be honest, guys. And anyway, Bruno Guimaraes will be taking the corner kick with Suzuki in goal. Of course, Man United have been linked to him in the past. Poor corner from Bruno Guimaraes, cleared away from Japan. Look, it's been a fast, frantic start from Brazil. You expect that. You never want to be playing against a team that's got Ancelotti on the bench, innit? Because all that experience from Ancelotti, probably the most successful manager of all time. Is he the most successful manager of all time in regards to Champions Leagues and that? Definitely in the Champions League, isn't it? He's definitely the most successful Champions League manager of all time, if I'm not wrong. But I don't know if he's the league of all time, the most successful manager all round of all time. I don't know about that. Definitely one of them. Here comes Japan though, on the attack of their own, and is that a corner? No, it's gonna be a goal kick there for Brazil. The 11 got away there slightly. It was Maeda who got away there. Maeda, of course, is the player that plays for Celtic. Moriyasu is the manager of Japan. One thing about this Japan side is that they proved the theory that, it doesn't matter what club you play for. They've got a lot of players that play in, not relatively average clubs, but they work well as a team. And that's one thing about Japan that I've noticed. They do want, work well as a team. They do. Yeah, Kenny, I think in general, if I'm looking back when Alex Ferguson left, I think that we should have got Ancelotti. Definitely Ancelotti should have been there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I think, imagine Man United got Ancelotti after Ferguson. It really begs question, doesn't it? What would have happened? What would that butterfly effect, sliding doors and all that? How come Brazil headed away by Suzuki, the goalkeeper? Yeah, what would have happened if we managed to get a manager at that time, like as Jose Mourinho, Ancelotti, Klopp? It's an interesting question, isn't it? I know it's like slightly like, you know, it's clutching at straws a little bit, but I would have loved to know if I was like a. I think we could have done. I feel like Alex Ferguson wanted David Moyes. I have that feeling because of Scottish connection. Good evening, Alison. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I hope you're good. What's the beef between Endrick and Ancelotti? Have no idea. Have no idea. But one thing you don't do is beef Ancelotti. Ancelotti is a very proven manager, successful manager. And yeah, well, I just feel like he's just being dropped, isn't it? Well, he's not dropped. He's just not playing. I'm glad I'm looking at Cunha today. I'm happy Cunha's in the team, and good luck to Cunha. Look, one thing about Brazil, right? They haven't got. It's not the greatest Brazil side I've ever seen in my life. Of course, it's not. But one thing about Brazil, they've got options. You know, they've got underrated options off the bench, and I think that is like, yeah, they've got a lot of experience as well. Gambuna, Gamirish, and stuff players, and Casemiro in the middle, but they have got options off the bench. They can bring on Endrick. They can bring on players of that ilk. You know what I mean? Definitely. But yeah, look, sometimes like, you know, it's a bit like the Tuchel situation with Kobe Manu, isn't it? You know, why is Tuchel not giving Kobe Manu an opportunity? Why did he bring on Henderson ahead of Kobe Manu? It's just insulting, really, isn't it? To be honest with you, because I thought that Henderson was just going to be there as a cheerleader. Here come Brazil again, great cross, cleared away from Japan again. All the incentive is with Brazil at the moment in the opening exchanges. They're the ones who look most likely to score. Is Brazil. Kenny, we would have won a couple of Champions League, definitely. Yeah, we would have. I think we would have continued winning the league. I think we would have won the league that season, definitely, because we had the likes of Vidic and Ferdinand and Van Persie and Carrick and Giggs still played for us and stuff like that. We still had the nucleus of the team there when Alex Ferguson left, and I think if Ancelotti or Klopp or someone like Pep Guardiola walked into the football club back then, I think we would have continued the dominance. The problem is that we brought someone in, you know, who was not proven and couldn't handle big characters, and the morale and just completely collapsed. And I actually felt that was the biggest mistake Man United made, guys. I really do. Apart from in regards to the appointments, this is good catch by Suzuki, well played. Apart from obviously the Glazers and what's happened with the Glazers on the pitch, I think hiring David Moyes was probably the most damaging appointment we've ever done. I think because the things I've heard about it, you know, it was crazy. Some of the things I've heard about David Moyes and things like that, really, really crazy things that proved that he was not ready for Manchester United. You know, he wasn't. There was no reason for him to be the manager of Man United. I mean, and I look back at that time. And I look back at Japan, not Japan, sorry. I look about Everton. They play in blue as well. I look back at Everton, and they weren't really amazing when under Moyes. They were good, don't get me wrong, but they weren't amazing, you know. And I don't know why he got the job. Pick up, good plot. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Pick up. Moyes and Woodward were terrible. Yeah, they were awful. But Moyes was an awful appointment. He just totally ripped out Man United's. Ripped it to shreds, didn't he? And absolutely destroyed it. Yeah, I heard so many stories about it. You know what I mean? And it's just just wish we could forget it, but we can never forget it because at the end of the day, it's affected us to this very day, hasn't it? It's really affected us to this very day. Brazil 0, Japan 0. 8 minutes gone on the clock, guys. Brazil, as I expected, are on the ascendancy, playing very well here. Ball comes out wide. Vinicius. Here come Brazil again on the attack. Japan, one thing I would urge Japan, right, in this game. I know, look, this may sound crazy, but believe they have to. I don't want to sound cheesy, but they got to believe in themselves. Do you know what I mean? They got to believe in themselves and not just sit back and wait for Brazil to score because that's what will happen. Do you know what I mean? Great field ball here from Brazil. Look, the problem is, right, and I will say it with England as well, not just Japan. I will say it with England as well. It's like when you get to a certain stage in the World Cup, you're going to be playing names. You're going to be playing the Brazils and the France and the Argentinas, you know, the traditional names in the World Cup. And a lot of people that play these games against these nations, they play the name. They don't play the game. They play the name. and that is as a big issue. Do you know what I mean? Because you end up losing. Before here comes Brazil though. Again on the attack, chance. Brazil are dominating this game so far. It's another chance. Casemiro, he's claiming handball. Nothing given. Casemiro, of course, was my view was a player, the midfield of the season last season. In my opinion, I think he was better than Declan Rice last season. If I'm being honest, I think he was better than Declan Rice. Lob forward again, chance for Brazil, and it's gone through to Suzuki there. Yeah, looking very dominant so far. Brazil are looking potent. Vinicius Jr. almost got on the end of that. Marquinhos pushing forward from defense. They are pressing quite potently. Yeah, you see, this is where this is where it gets serious, isn't it? This is where these games get serious. This is where you're going to have to really be on top of your game. I mean, in theory, I've said it all along, right? I've said it. Man United used to do it, right? We used to play these games, big games in Champions League, you know, and massive games, and we used to thrive off it. I think if you play these games, I think, you know, if you win one of these games, right? If you win against a Brazil, for example, right? What confidence does that give you for the next round? You know, what confidence does it give you as a football team that, you know, we knocked out Brazil or we knocked out France or Spain? So, you know, part of me feels like sometimes you're better playing a better team because you're going to play them anyway, right? And you know, if they manage to beat Brazil, here comes Japan though on the left hand side. They've got the ball here on the right. Good cross, well clearance for Marquinhos there. But yeah, Japan are pushing forward themselves. This is what they got to do. They got to believe in themselves and keep the attacking progresses going. Not just sit back and wait for Brazil to score. But yeah, that was a lot of stuff is coming down the Japanese left. Free kick to Brazil, guys. Free kick to Brazil. Bruno Ramirez is pleading. Vinicius Jr. is the one who's been injured on the floor. It's the last player that Brazil want to lose, isn't it? Vinicius Jr. Oh, that looked a little bit nasty there. That should be a yellow card. I'll be honest. Sano was the one who fouled Vinicius Jr. there. Sano, the player who plays for Mainz in Germany. Central defensive midfielder. Good player, to be honest with you. 25-year-old. He has got a yellow card. Kaishu Sano has got a yellow card. Already is a yellow card for Japan. Guys, yeah, now you have to be careful. You don't want to get yellow cards too early because you know what, this game is competitive and you're going to end up getting another one. You get a red card. One thing is surprising for me is that there's not been as many red cards as I thought there would be this tournament so far. You know what I mean? Large up, my friend, United Man Dem. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Big up each and every time. Just finished smoking a brisket in time for the big up, my brother. I hope you're well, my guy. Hope you're doing blessed. Hope everything is good with you. Absolutely. Hopefully it's a troll-free zone today. We had a couple of trolls in the house over the last few days and stuff like that. But yeah, we're not into for trolls and stuff like that. Absolutely, we do get them sometimes. Unfortunately, you know. I think one of the funniest things about YouTube creation, and I find it hilarious, is that, you know, every time someone writes a comment on your video, for example, like after the stream is ended, there is always 9 times out of 10, it comes Brazil, chance, shot, good save from Suzuki. It's a good save from Suzuki. He's impressed me so far, this goalkeeper. It was Cunha, our man, with the shot for Brazil. Big up Brazil. Come on, Brazil. That's what we want. Good shot from Brazil, from Cunha. Here we go. Here they come again. Chance. Oh, very good try there. From was that Bruno Gomes? Yeah, 9 times out of 10, when people write comments on your videos after the stream has ended, right? They say something negative. You know, it's just funny. I find it hilarious. I really do find it hilarious. I do. Like, opinions are fine, you know. Opinions are fine, but abuse is not. But it's funny. It is funny at the same time. I don't take it serious. I've got thick skin. Here comes Japan. It's going to be a free kick to Japan in a dangerous position here. It's a yellow card for Casemiro. I've never seen that before. It's a yellow card for Casemiro. The player was fouled. It was a cynical foul, to be honest with you. It was a real cynical foul. You've got to be careful, Casa. You know, you can't be getting yellow cards in the opening 15 minutes, bro. You know what I mean? Of course, you know, we all know what happens with Casemiro with yellow cards. Usually it equates to a red card. Ito, of course, is the one who's been fouled. He plays for FC Genk in Belgium. Guys, FC Genk in Belgium, 33-year-old. Lots of experience on this pitch, journeyman on this pitch today, of course. So it's a free kick, Japan in a very dangerous position. Can they capitalize on this free kick? A very good position for them. Who's going to be taking it? Afternoon, Marcus, my friend. How you doing? Have you finished celebrating, my guy? You know, celebrate, good times come on. Yeah, Japan with a very dangerous position here. Very interesting here. Like, can they? I mean, they need a Beckham, don't they? I mean, is it Kamada going to be taking it? Is it the Itu going to be taking it? Let's wait and see. It's a big position. They just need to They just need to chip it over. They just need to chip it over that wall. You know what I mean? Absolutely. They just need to chip it over that wall. Let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can get it. They get it on target with pace. It's in the corner. It's a goal. It's as simple as that. Here we go. Chance. It's a poor one. He didn't get it over the wall, guys. It was a Kamada who took it, the Crystal Palace player. That was a poor free kick, to be fair. I mean, I thought he was going to do better than that. Ronaldo, R9, doesn't look impressed. Neither does Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos has got a little bit of a smirk on his face. Mandem, I always find it weird to see people coming in chats to chat. Most of the time, they aren't even debating something. It's pure bullshit or insults. Yeah. Welcome to YouTube, bro. You know, sometimes what you have to accept is that some people that do come in your chats are generally other people who have got fake accounts and that want to just undermine you and undermine the community, and that's what some people do. I mean, I don't mind. Like, you know, at the end of the day, if they come out and they apologize, I'm a forgiving guy. I don't mind. They say sorry, I didn't mean it. It's fine for me. It's not a problem. Absolutely. But you do get a lot of them. Yeah, you do get a lot of them. Like, I had one come on my chat saying that why do I slander other channels and da-da-da. And like, mate, I don't slander other channels. They slander themselves, mate. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I give my opinion, and my opinion is always going to be one of truth, you know, what I think, you know. And let's not forget, you know, I've been on a lot of people's channels, you know, a lot of people's channels. I've been on loads of channels over the last 10 years or something like that, you know. Before I used to do live content. So I know a lot about it. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. But yeah, look. Someone once got really upset because I said something a bit that he disagreed with about the diary of a CEO. And I said, like, the diary of a CEO is a man that has been gifted his success, by the way. And he's not from the difficult sort of upbringing that you think, and that's what I said, you know. And I said that, you know, he's a little bit of he plays on people's emotions and things like that, and they didn't like that at all. I thought, there you go. Yeah, and I said, look, it's decent program, good watch. But I said that he acts like he's from rags to riches when he wasn't. He was rich in the beginning, and this is what I said. I know that for a fact, right? And they got upset. How could you say that? I said, oh god, here we go. By the way, it's Japan 0, Brazil 0. Some people are emotional, guys. Some people can't, guys. Very proud. You should be, Marcus. Absolutely should be, man. You should be proud of yourselves, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. And no matter what happens from this moment forth, right, you should be proud. Absolutely. Enjoy it. You've done very well. You played good football all the way through the tournament so far, and you should be proud of yourself, mate. Absolutely. You're doing it the right way. You've got teams like Scotland, right, who didn't get through. I mean, there you go. You got teams experience like that. Do you know what I mean? So fair play. It's going to be obviously. Look, I am ignoring Argentina until the quarterfinal, semi-final, because they've got such an easy ride to that position. I can't see for the life of me Australia, Cape Verde, or any one of those teams giving Argentina a proper game. I really can't. I mean, I wish, I hope. I just think when it gets to knockout competition, it's, you know, I just can't see it happen. I can't believe the route that they've got. It's just unbelievable. When you look at it, you think, how did that manage to happen? You know what I mean? And how did they manage to get a draw like that? This is why I really want Brazil, Spain, Portugal, France to all progress, because I want them to play. I want Argentina to have the most difficult quarterfinal, semi-final, final there is. And France should have won the final in 2022. And I think France are the best team. I would say French are the best team at the moment. There's a lot of emotional people, even with Tuchel. You can't really have a level-headed chat with people about them acting as if Tuchel is their dad and you are insulting them. Tuchel, right? I'm an England fan, Mark, Mandem, and I, you know, I'm from England. I have no choice. Do you know what I mean? And one thing I would say is that Tuchel, Tuchel have what he's done to this England squad is close to slander and sabotage. What he's done, right? Everyone could have told you that Reece James is injury prone, Livramento is injury prone, Saka is injury prone. Every single one of us could have told him that before the tournament. Why are you picking them? They're injury prone. You know, it made no sense. How Lewis Hall is not in the squad, Wharton is not in the squad, Morgan Gibbs White is not in the squad. What's going on, mate, with that? And Foden, Palmer, and yeah, look, they may not be your cup of tea. And then people are going to throw at you, yeah, and I see it on TalkSport. You know, it irritates me sometimes because when people go on the phone calls on TalkSport tried to defend Tuchel's selection. So they say, well, Palmer hasn't been playing well for Chelsea all season, you know, so he didn't deserve to be there. So Jed Spence did. Oh, so Henderson did. Did they play very well last season? They didn't, did they? Obviously not, because Tottenham almost got bloody relegated, right? So I don't want to hear about that. You know, at the end of the day, the way they try to gaslight people is ridiculous. I would have said straight up, yeah, what about Jed Spence and Henderson? Did they have good seasons last season? Oh, he's a good pro. Oh, no. When you come up against teams like Ghana, and they're going to come up against, obviously, Congo. Congo are very good defensively. They proved that against Portugal, the 1-1 draw. And you need someone who can lock the door, whether he's played well or not. You know, you need one player who can come on and unlock the door. Because at the moment, England have got a bunch of road runners. That's what they've got. They've got Eze, they've got Morgan Rogers, they've got Saka, they've got Rashford, they've got Gordon. That's 5 road runners, guys. Eze they've got 5 road runners. They haven't got anyone who can unlock the door, intricate little passes and things like that. Do you know what I mean? They haven't got any of that. And I think this is what's going to make England unstuck, unless England are going for a counter-attacking style. But like I said, when you play Congo and Ghana, it doesn't work. I do think England will play better against a Brazil, against an Argentina, or against a France, because they will come at England and England could counter them. So maybe it might work in that way. Who knows? But I think that's a little bit of a risk, in my opinion. I think if England get through to the quarterfinals with this team, this squad, I think they would have done well. Is that going to be a free kick or a corner? It's a goal kick. It's a goal kick to Japan. Cunha's not happy. It's a goal kick to Japan. He's definitely not happy, Cunha. I thought that was a corner or a foul. Let me have a look at this. They are doing VAR on corners now, aren't they? Nah, he's right. It is a goal kick. It is a goal kick. Marcus, dealing with Holland, Morocco is a whole different kettle of fish. Yes, of course. That's what happens in competition, isn't it, Marcus? The more you go through, the more you have difficult games. But you know what? You thrive on it. You know, you go for it and you believe and you take advantage of it and you relish the chance to do this kind of thing that you haven't done in your history. So why not keep up that momentum? Keep up that momentum. I've got a theory. I think Morocco are going to beat Holland. I've just got this weird feeling. I don't know what it is, but maybe they're a good football team. That's why. But I've got a feeling that Morocco will beat Holland. I really do. I think that game will be decided. It'd be close, but it'd be decided by 5 margins, even like extra time or something like that. I think I've got this feeling that Morocco would defeat Holland for some reason, guys. Kenny, South Africa's actually did themselves proud. I wasn't expecting them to do much. Not after the first game, definitely not, but they did themselves proud, absolutely. But one thing I would say about every single football team, when you go out in the World Cup, try and score a goal, man. Try and get a goal. Try your best. I know it's easy for me to say, but just try and score. You know, don't be worried. Don't be scared of losing. That's it. Because a lot of teams come into these tournaments and just try not to lose rather than win. You know what I mean? And and you need to have that element of how would I say it? Goal scoring threat as well. Do you know what I mean? As well as that. Marcus, Mbappe, the dictator, Francis, who I got my money on to win it all. Thank God United didn't hire Tuchel, which was a bullet there. I liked Tuchel before, I really did, but this selection has really confused me. However, it's too early to say if England go and win the World Cup, then everyone's going to be heralding him as a genius, isn't they? You know, but obviously we have to look at things for what they are. You picked two injury-prone fullbacks. Why did you do that? You know, why did you waste two spots in the squad? You picked Saka. Okay, Saka's a good player, I know that, but you picked him into the squad and when he's injury prone. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And you can have your favorites in regards to the squad that you pick and stuff like that, right? But when you're picking injury prone players and they're known for being injury prone, what the hell are you doing? You're basically asking for the sack if you get knocked out. And I think he should be sacked if he doesn't get to at least the semi-final. Right, I think he should be sacked. I do, for that alone, for what he did, like not picking Cole Palmer, not picking Phil Foden, not picking Morgan Gibbs-White, not picking Wharton, you know, not picking Lewis Hall. Honestly, not picking Harry Maguire, to be honest, add that little bit of experience. Dan Burn, Aiden Heaven, you know, these sort of players. I think he should be sacked. And that's the thing. If you make bold decisions will come your way too. And I think that's what it is at the end of the day. And as a supporter of England, I think England had a chance to win the World Cup, man for man, if they had their first team. You know, if they had their first team. I don't think they've got their first team here. However, you never know. But obviously, it's very detrimental to the football team when you're playing make square pegs in round holes and playing a centre-back at full-back and things like that, you know? Here come Japan. Japan have a corner here, guys. Japan have a corner. We've got 26 minutes on the clock. 0-0 between Brazil and Japan. Brazil have been playing well so far. Gabriel picking his nose. Don't know why he's doing that. But yeah, at least he's not eating it like the German manager did. It's a corner to Japan. Same as I, Sal. The constructive criticism I'm giving England is because I'm supporting my country. Exactly. And I do the same with United. People have to call out the clear red flags as we present to them. It's almost like, man, a semi-sabotage. You know, header from Japan just over the bar. Guys, just over the bar there from the number 18. It was a decent header. He couldn't keep it down there. He couldn't keep it down. It was Ueda, the striker. Did it deflect off the Brazilian player? Kind of. I think it did. But yeah. It was almost sabotage. There's not like you didn't pick one player here, one player there. But I liken what he did, to what Glenn Hoddle did in 1998, you know, when leaving out Paul Gascoigne out of the squad. Do you know what I mean? And it was weird, especially when he contributed to him getting to the World Cup. I don't understand why Wharton. I don't understand why Morgan Gibbs-White. I don't understand why Lewis Hall, especially the fullbacks, right? Especially the fullbacks. Look, we are big critiques of Luke Shaw, right? But he's available. And but obviously England have got O'Reilly, right? And Jed Spence. Okay, that's fine. But on the right back position, right, Jed Spence shouldn't be there. Like at the end of the day, he came almost relegation. But on the right back position, they had you had players in the Premier League who could have took that right back position, and Ben White could have played there as well. You know, there are a number of players there that could have played in that right back position, but you know, he picked injury-prone players, and every single one of us knew Reece James wouldn't last long. Pick Kwanzaa, instead of Heaven. Yeah, look, Aiden Heaven, like, I don't know why people were not looking at him, but it's exactly the same Manchester United bias, isn't it? People don't want Man United players in the squad. You know, England have always been a Man United player away from winning a World Cup. I mean, I like to bring in Michael Carrick a lot into the conversation. There's a chance. Goal for Japan. Japan have scored. They've scored. 1-0 to Japan. They've scored, guys. Japan 0. They've scored against Brazil. Great strike. Is it E2 who's got the goal? 1-0 to Japan. I can't believe it. 1-0. Euphoria. This is a shock, guys. This is a shock. Sanu is one with the goal. Ancelotti's off his seat. Goal for Japan already. Sanu plays for Mainz in Germany. My goodness me, what a strike. Japan are 1-0 up, guys. Great goal. Great goal already. A good start a good start to the game. That has really put the cat amongst the pigeons, hasn't it? That's really put the cat amongst the pigeons here. 1-0 to Japan. Unbelievable. There you go, guys. That's what it's about. Believe in yourself. That's a great strike, though, to be fair. Wasn't it one of the goals of the tournament? Great strike. Bent straight into the corner. Allison had no chance. He struck it and it just sort of curled away from Allison. Maybe the positioning from Allison wasn't great, but Sano is the one with the goal straight into the corner. Gabriel didn't stand a chance, put his back to play like he does at Arsenal. And yeah, it went straight into the corner there. 1-0 to Japan. 1-0 to Japan. 1-0. Well done. I still don't understand Jed Spence on the team. All he does is disrespect the coaches and his players. His average. He's not impressed with that guy. I don't understand either. Aiden Heaven should have been there in the World Cup, definitely. Aiden Heaven, but guys, let me just clarify something. Hated, adored, never ignored. Man United always get ignored, and to the disadvantage of England. It's happened many, many times. Aiden Heaven is so underrated, and he's better than Dan Burn. He's better than Konza. He's better than all those players there. You know what I mean? Marky Mark, they scored. What a goal, man! What a goal! What a goal! What a goal! We understand it. We have underestimated them. Shame on us, eh? Shame on us. Young Block, I've been running around the garden waving the wives' period. Oh my goodness me! You are crazy, Jurgen Plot. My goodness me. Big up, Jurgen. Hope you're doing well. Have you watched the YouTube channel Business of Sport about the Glazers' ownership? It's not. It would be interesting to have your thoughts on it since you have more knowledge of the business. I'd have a look at it. Send me the link, Tomash. I'll have a look at it. I'll watch it tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. I'll have a look. I'll give it a little sneak. Yeah, I'll give it a little peek, a cheeky little peek. Definitely. I'll have a look and give my opinions on it. Definitely. Definitely. I might even bring it into the show, maybe. No, definitely, 100%. But 1-0 to Japan, guys, after 31 minutes. That is truly a turn up for the books, guys. England could possibly play Japan, you know. England could possibly play Japan. That's crazy, isn't it? You know. Who's on the floor here? We don't want any injured Man United players, please. Thank you. Kind regards. Yeah, not much in that. It's a little bit low. It's going to be it's going to be quite, that one will sting a little bit, but yeah, it's a free kick to Brazil here. Can Brazil respond straight away? Can they respond straight away? 1-0 Japan, a shocker, counter-attack at its best. That's what I'm saying. They've got all the possession, Brazil, but they haven't really done anything with it. And Casemiro could be taken. I would rather Casemiro stay in the box if I was Brazil. I mean, we all know what Casemiro can do. Casemiro should be staying in the box. I don't think he should be over a free kick. Definitely not if he's heading. It is him who takes a free kick. Free kick comes in, header wide. It's a free header, to be honest with you. In my opinion, that was a poor header there. I mean, it was a free header. He should have done a lot better there. 100% should have done better there. But that strike from Japan is a phenomenal strike there. Great strike from Japan. Really good strike. That's what I'm talking about. And it's really made this game interesting. So, I mean, oh, yeah, you, Bobby. I did say 2-0. I only said 2-0 to Brazil. I'm wrong already. Yeah, I wouldn't say 5-0. I mean, I wouldn't say 5-0 unless there's a VAR decision. How can I send a link? You can send me it on Twitter if you're on Twitter, Tomash. Yeah, just put it in the comments or something like that. And then you can do that. Shots straight at Suzuki. Yeah, you could do something like that. Tomash, what's it called? Let me have a look. You read it, didn't you? Let me have a look. YouTube channel, Business of Sport. I'll find it. And I write the Glazers, Business of Sport. Glazers. Yeah, I read it down. See if I can. I'll probably find it. Or you can put it in the private comment. If I can add you to that. But big up everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you to everyone for joining me. Really appreciate you all. Don't forget to smash a like on the video. 1-0 to Japan. Very interesting game now. It's opened up now. Brazil have to do something. That is what we needed. We needed a Japan goal, to be honest with you. We needed Japan to score before Brazil because now Japan could defend. They got something to go on. But here come Brazil. Brazil already looking for the equalizer. Chance. Again, Brazil have played very well, but just not getting the final ball correct. Here's Vinicius Jr. Well played from Japan. One thing that you're going to get from them is you're going to get battle. But Brazil keep winning the ball back here. And that's a goal kick for Japan. Is that a goal kick or is it a corner? It's a goal kick to Japan here. Vinicius Jr. is not happy. Why are you shocked to look at the football Japan have been playing for the last years? They have lots of ability. They've beaten Brazil before. They have beaten Brazil before. They've beaten Germany as well. I'm not shocked. I didn't say we were shocked. I expect Brazil to still go through. Brazil have dominated the game so far. That's why I said I was shocked by the goal. Beating friendlies don't mean anything in football, by the way. Just because you win a few friendlies don't mean anything. This is when the nitty gritty happens. And for me, Japan haven't been impressive in this tournament. They sneaked through. They drew 1-1 with Sweden. Sweden lost 5-0 to Holland, and things like that. They haven't been impressive. I mean, there's a little bit of gaslighting going on here. But to be honest, neither Brazil looked impressive. They haven't looked impressive. They beat Scotland, of course, which I expect them to do. Haiti, yeah, just about. It's not the best Brazil squad in the world. But I think I did say before the tournament that Japan were my dark horses. If people listen, they might have a little idea what I said. Kevin, big up yourself, my friend Kevin. Hope you're doing well. Let's go. Brazil have been dominating in possession, but obviously possession doesn't win you games. And Brazil, obviously on the back. Japan, they got like about 10 players at the back at the moment. I would urge Japan to try and not give Brazil too much possession and try and come out a little bit because Brazil are looking very dangerous here in regards to that. The little intricate passes from Brazil. But Japan are fighting like warriors today. They are, and they're going to be difficult to break down. 100%. Here come. It was a sucker punch for Brazil, though. Let's be real. It was a snatch and grab goal. It wasn't like they dominated the game and they integrated a lovely goal. It was a snatch and grab, definitely. Brazil look a little bit lost, Ephraim. They look a little bit like they're passing around the box at the moment. And the last thing that Brazil would have wanted is for Japan to score because now they're going to have to unlock the door. And I just don't think they have. Obviously we got Cunha up front. Shots straight at Suzuki. That was a shot from Cunha. Speak of the devil. Yeah, that was a shot from Cunha. They've got a lot of good players on the bench, though. They've got, obviously, Endrick, who's on the bench as well. He's there. So they've got some options. They've definitely got some options here in this game. 38 minutes gone, guys. Still 1-0 to Japan in this game. And England could quite possibly be playing Japan. If all goes well for them, they could possibly play Japan, guys. England could possibly play if England beat Dr. Congo and Mexico. Mexico are unbeaten and they've lost 2 times in 10 years at home. That's crazy. But you know what? As Ole Gunnar Solskjaer once said, mountains are there to be climbed, isn't it? Mountains are there to be climbed. That's what it is. To be the best, you've got to win in difficult situations, and that's what you've got to do if you want to win any tournament, guys, absolutely. Brazil are no stranger to falling behind, Brazil no stranger to falling behind in tournaments. They have fallen behind many times in tournaments. And yeah, notably England a couple of times, but ended up winning the game. I don't see this Brazil side, though, as a side that gives me any scared, doesn't scare me at all. It doesn't. I look at this side, you've got a lot of age in that side, a lot of age, a lot of 28, 33, 32-year-olds. It's not like Rivaldo and Ronaldo and Janino and Cafu and, these kind of players anymore, is it? You know what I mean? But Japan are in ascendancy. None of us are shocked that Japan scored. We know about Japan. This is why they were our dark horses. Many of them were our dark horses before the tournament. People acting like they just discovered it. They discovered fire or something. We said it before the tournament that that Japan are our dark horses. There were two teams, three teams actually: Norway, Senegal, and Japan. Senegal have disappointed me this tournament so far. They have squeezed through, but they have disappointed me. You got it, Penny. Barney the dinosaur. Yeah. At the moment, Japan are leaving them all beat up and purple, like Barney the dinosaur. Definitely, that's the only resemblance in regards to that. So, yeah, yeah. That's my quote, isn't it? Barney the dinosaur. That's my quote. It comes from my brother Rat. He's got a rap song. I leave you purple like Barney the dinosaur. Open, get the deal wrapped up, Mateus Fernandez. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? Wednesday, Kevin, the financial fiscal year for all the accountants out there, the part-time accountants at Manchester United, the Manchester United fan base, it opens on Wednesday. There you go. Tomorrow's a massive game, of course. Don't forget to join me, guys, if you're up. Morocco against Holland. I think that's a very competitive game. I'm going to call them to win that. You know what I mean? There's two games many are playing CONCACAF. Only the US and Mexico play the Gold Cup final, equivalent to Euros, etc., all the time. Yeah, I suppose they haven't got much competition. That's the problem, isn't it? You can bring that. I think that's a good point, that they haven't got competition. It's no diss. It's no disrespect, but they haven't, have they, really? You know what I mean? Let's be real here. USA is only competition, really. Canada. That's it. Other than that, I don't expect them to lose much if they're not playing now. If they played the likes of Italy and France and Holland and Portugal regularly, then you'll see different outcomes, of course. Still 1-0, guys. We've got about three minutes to go of this game, of this half, should I say. Brazil have to do something. Do it for Casa. Go on. Look, guys, I got a soft spot for Brazil because obviously Cunha and Casemiro. So obviously I don't mind Brazil, to be honest with you. Brazil were the originators of sexy football, isn't it? That's what it's called, isn't it? The originators of proper football, you know what I mean, in my opinion, like in regards to it. So, I always got respect for Brazil. Yeah. Big up, Jay. Japan are winning. Absolutely. 1-0. So great to see them winning 1-0. Well, yeah, very good. Mandem, very good. But I don't think he'd be second choice, especially after this World Cup. I don't think he's going to be second choice. I think he's going to go. He will want to be first choice. As we know, we got the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion. We got Senator Mans. I think that Suzuki would want to be first choice. That's the thing, I always support Brazil. This team particularly are weak, but it's still Brazil. Yeah, it's not the strongest Brazil side I've ever seen in my life. Definitely not. They are a bit more. They're a bit more of a constructive sort of team, like more of a normal team, should I say? Kevin, Diamande choosing PSG over Liverpool? Wouldn't you? Would you rather live in Liverpool or Paris? I certainly choose Paris. Definitely, I would certainly choose Paris. If Japan can get to 1-0 here, reshape, reshuffle, but if they get another goal here, they're looking good though. Japan, they're looking good. They are attacking as well. We did say before the tournament that Japan is a proper team. Brazil have a game on their hands. Yes, See, Mandem, you listen, don't you, Mandem? We did, didn't we, Mandem? We said it at the beginning of the tournament, that Japan are our dark horses, along with Norway and Senegal was my choice, I think. Yeah. But the good thing is that Japan have scored. Could they get a second here? No. The good thing is that Japan have scored, which obviously makes it more of a game. Whereas if Brazil scored, if you know what I mean, it would have been like Brazil would have like sort of picked Japan off. I haven't been as impressed with Japan as some people have this tournament, I would say. So when you look at Japan's results, they drew 2-2 with Holland, which wasn't a bad result. They beat, obviously, Tunisia 4-0, but who's not beating Tunisia these days? And they drew 1-1 with Sweden. So it's not like, wow, you know what I mean? But there's obviously that Tunisia result was good. They drew against Holland and they drew against Sweden. Holland are playing decent football. So that was a decent result in that way. But the draw against Sweden was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because Sweden are not playing good football. So, but this is where it all matters. This is where it matters. This is where 4 minutes of injury time. It's a corner to Brazil here. It's a corner to Brazil. That will be a very good game. So Morocco game, yeah, it will be a very good game. Looking forward to doing that tomorrow. Make sure you guys join me tomorrow morning for that one. Be up early in the morning, guys. Early in the morning, break of dawning as usual. Of course, guys. Big up everyone in the stream. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Really appreciate you all. Don't forget to subscribe, smash a like on the video. If you'd be as kind to do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, guys. Japan, like they're giving as good as they get. They're giving as good as they're getting. Do you know what I mean? They look like more likely right now to get a second goal. To be honest with you, if I'm being honest, they're the ones who are pushing forward. I think Brazil a little bit nervous. I try to tell people that Gabriel is suspect for Brazil, but they don't hear it because of now. Arsenal players are overrated, man. I've said it for a long time. It's not that they're bad players. I just think that a lot of Arsenal players are a little bit overrated, and they have been through the beginning of the Premier League history. Do you know what I mean? They've always been a little bit overhyped. The league last season was incredibly poor. Arsenal play a very pragmatic style. Gabriel plays well with Saliba. The partnership is there. I think Gabriel's like a good player. I honestly think that Saliba's better, honestly. But yeah, he gets exposed, doesn't he? For Brazil quite often, doesn't he, mate? Definitely gets exposed for them, guys. Absolutely. Big one in the stream, guys. We've got about 2 minutes of injury time remaining, guys, and it's a very, very interesting game. 1-0 to Japan. This will put the cat amongst the pigeons. This is going to destroy. Look, guys, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. I do want Brazil to play Argentina. You know what I mean? I do want that in there. I do want that. I think the World Cup needs that. Imagine if we had hired Enrique as a coach. Demanded could have possibly been a United player. Yes, even though his dad was a Liverpool fan. But dad apparently is a PSG fan. I swear media makes that shit up. Has he a PSG fan? Has his dad a PSG fan? Of course, I remember his dad supporting PSG when they didn't win the league for 20 years. And had, of course he. These people are such idiots. They think we're born yesterday, Marcus. Oh my goodness me. Like, PSG have been a good football team for the last 5 to 10 years. That was it. You know, before that, they went 22 years without winning a title, man. Come on. Of course, I support PSG in France. Come on, man. Like, that's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it's it. Making up things just to go along to get clicks and likes. It's just ridiculous. Netherlands also have a game on their hands. Morocco game. No, that won't be easy, mate. I think Netherlands are going to be in for a big shock. Do you know what I mean? You know, absolutely. I think Netherlands will be in for a big shock. Making up narratives for the sake of it. Exactly. Kiddo, Japan without the ball, brilliant hard-working hands on their deck. Yeah, that's what you need at this tournament. You need to be fighting for each other, and they're doing that. Absolutely. They're minimizing Brazil to very little chances. And Brazil, look, listen, if Japan get a second goal, look, I am not ruling out Japan getting a second goal. Their counterattack is quite dangerous. So if they get a second goal, it's game over for me. I think Brazil can have one of their most embarrassing defeats. Paqueta's injured here. He's limping around. Ancelotti, the great Ancelotti, of course, needs to do something in this game. Halftime, guys. Halftime. Japan won, Brazil 0, courtesy of Sano's fantastic strike, guys. The Mines player smashed it in the corner against the run of play, but Japan are holding their own at the moment. And to be fair, they could have got another goal, and a second goal there. They are doing very, very well. Massive second half coming up, guys. Massive second half coming up. Looking forward to that. Brazil have it all to do. They're going to have to throw on the big guns. They're going to have to throw on Endrick and players like that. We're going to have to wait and see. Man, them. Also, aren't we spoiled with football fans these days? Remembering back in the days when it took time before we had so many matches. These days, it's a lot. 2 weeks from now, it's pre-season already. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it, with the extended World Cup, at the end of the day. And there's too many games and people are spoiled these days. Yeah, I remember when we were younger, man, look, I'm a certain age. I remember we had the Champions League on a Wednesday, 1 Champions League game, not 2. I remember we had... a league game on a Sunday. We didn't have a league game on a Saturday. We had the match of the day. We had a league game on a Sunday, and that was about it. Do you know what I mean? Marcus, was Dad a PSG fan when Olympic Lyon won 7 straight leagues? Exactly. Delete these journalists who have a breaking news from my YouTube algorithm. Ridiculous, Marcus. Come on, mate. I mean, come on. I guarantee you, I'll sit in front of his dad. I'll ask him, all right, name me 3 players who used to play for PSG in the 90s. I mean, I can, if you want me to. Before PSG became a club, I can talk about Pochettino. I could talk about George Weah, who's a legend at PSG. I could talk about Nicolas Anelka if they want me to do that. Philippe Mexis, you remember the Mexican player, the French player, Philippe Mexis? You remember that? Do you remember Bernard Lama, the goalkeeper? Remember him? You remember all that? Yeah, I remember all these players. You know what I mean? The thing is, I would sit in front of these people and I would talk to them, and and they wouldn't have a clue who they are. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have a clue. But one of the greatest players of all time played for PSG, which was George Weah. In my opinion, you know what I mean? In my opinion, George Weah was one of the most. I'm even talking before Ronaldinho, Tomas. I'm talking before Ronaldinho. I'm talking about, before that. When they had Pochettino and they had Philippe Mexis and Lamar and players of that ilk. Lizarazu played for them, of course, as well, I believe, as well. Nicolas Anelka, before he went to Arsenal, played for them. George Weah played for them. It was bad, guys. How's Finish? Finish doing bad to nothing today. Yeah, I know. For real, Sal, thank you so much, Marcus. So do you, brother. JDC, how the hell does Paqueta play for this match for Brazil? I don't know, JDC. I don't know. I was a little bit shocked to see that one as well, mate. I was a little bit shocked to see him. Yeah, he played for PSG before he went to Milan. Yeah. See, I'm old school. Ryan over Endrick makes no sense. Agreed. He will come on though. Marcus, Jean-Pierre Papin played for his. Yeah. A lot of players played for PSG. They were a big club, but they weren't really only the last 5 years they've actually become a successful club. They never won anything in Europe. I remember they playing Arsenal in I think it was the Cup Winners' Cup, if I'm not wrong. I think they played in that, but they never played in the Champions League and things like that. Not often. They had a team in the early 90s and the late 90s when they had George Weah. They had a team there, and they did pretty well. But since that, 22 years after that, nothing. There was nothing in regards to that. And that's why what happened with Qatar. Qatar took charge of PSG and took them to another level. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely another level. But in 1992, they were a good team. But let's not forget about players like David Ginola, who used to play for them. David Ginola was one of the most underrated players ever. And don't forget about Yuri Yokayev. Yuri Yokayev won a World Cup for France. He played for PSG. But they never won anything. And that was it. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, they never really had anyone really when you think about what they won before the Qatar came in. Weah made his name for PSG before coming to here at Milan. Yeah, especially with that goal, we all know. My first chance of football was Monaco. French football went in cycles, like especially the last 20 years. Before PSG came along, it was Monaco and Lyon. We had a little bit of Lille, a little bit of Lille, and maybe a dinkling of Lens, but it was mainly Lyon. As Marcus said, they won league for 7 times. Obviously, Monaco got to the Champions League final against Porto, lost 3-0, as we know. Endrick has played a total of 36 for Brazil, so I think he's definitely wrong. I don't know why. PSG was City before Qatar. Yeah. No, they were better than City, JDC. They were better than City. They were actually in the top division. And City were actually in Championship and things like that. Do you know what I mean? They had more of a European legacy than Man City. Definitely, 100%. They had a better legacy than Man City. I believe, absolutely. But the rest is history, innit? They got bought by people who love football and want the football side of things to be good. You know what I mean? I'll be back, folks. Yeah, big up everyone in the stream. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today, guys. Don't forget to smash a like. You absolute legends. 1-0 to Japan. Well, some people are going to call this a shock. For many of us, it's not going to be a shock because obviously many of us foresaw this before the tournament that Japan will be a threat, especially if Japan get into the latter stages of the tournament. They're going to be difficult to beat, very difficult to beat. And let's not forget, we have been warned before, obviously with their result against England before the tournament. They beat England 1-0, the first Asian team to defeat England ever. And they beat England 1-0, even though it's a friendly. It was, it's still a big thing at Wembley. And look, they beat Germany, didn't they, in the World Cup in 2022, wasn't it? So, 3-2, wasn't it? So they are capable. Yeah, they're more like Everton, yeah. But they were better than Everton too. But they did get to the European final, a couple of times, They did get through to a couple of finals and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you look at Paris Saint-Germain, they won things, Paris Saint-Germain in regards to 1991, 92. They were winning things. They weren't just like Everton who didn't win anything. Everton in the 80s maybe, but they didn't really. I mean, they won the Coupe de France a couple of times. They won the Cup Winners' Cup, guys, in 1996. So that was basically their peak. So 95, 96, I think they won the Cup Winners' Cup, guys, and that was their first ever major European honor. So they had a legacy. They actually had a legacy. So the Cup Winners' Cup don't exist anymore. Arsenal won the Cup Winners' Cup, of course, guys, but they didn't win anything for the next 20 years, after that. So, and especially when you think about the French league, they won the French division 93. That was their period. Their period was like 92, 93, 94, 95. Around that period there, they were good. And everyone knew they were good. I remember them beating Arsenal. I think they beat Arsenal, if I'm not wrong. I remember them. Biggest in France was Monaco. Super working. Well, the most successful was Lyon. They won 7 in a row, didn't they? In 2000, Monaco was good. Monaco was good in 2000, except they got slapped up by Jose Mourinho's Porto. Definitely. That. By the way, Man United should have won that Champions League that year. I'm just going to say that. Just going to fit that one in there because Man United was robbed against Porto that time. They were robbed, in my opinion. Yeah, Man United were robbed against Porto, But we are, guys, we are ready to go for the second half. This is going to be a very, very, very interesting game, guys. And it's hopefully, Japan, can Japan hold on? I mean, let's wait and see. Obviously Brazil were going to push for that goal. Japan might even get a second. Apparently played for Monaco as well. Just Google it. Yeah, probably did. He did actually. Yeah. He did. He played for a couple of teams. He's a legend at obviously PSG because he won the Cup Winners' Cup with them, and things like that before obviously going to AC Milan, if I'm not wrong. He was a very, very good player, man. I mean, he won the Ballon d'Or, didn't he? Later on, didn't he? But one of their most, in my opinion, one of their best players who played for Paris Saint-Germain was David Ginola. David Ginola was so underrated. I think if he played for United at his peak, I think he would have been an absolute brilliant player if he played for United. And remember, like when we won the treble, he won the Player of the Year, didn't he? Can you believe that? Man United won the treble and it was David Ginola winning the Player of the Year. Crazy, isn't it? When you think about it. You know what I mean? And then Arsenal fans want to moan. Goodness me. Yeah, we're ready for the second half, guys. Just waiting for the players to come out. I'm still going for Brazil. I'm going to say Brazil will still win. Just about. I remember him very well. Serie A. Yeah, very good player. So, do you think Fernandes publicly come out and tell where he wants to go? It's not something that George Mendes encourages his players to do. It doesn't happen often. However, if West Ham do not lower the price, then he may have no choice but to do that. I mean, Tottenham Hotspur are in there, and all Tottenham Hotspur are representing is a nuisance. Tottenham are a nuisance at the moment. They're a headache because they're getting in the way of the deal, in my opinion. That's what's happening, right? They're getting in the way, and by putting that money on the table, they're sort of justifying why West Ham can put that sort of price tag on him. It's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Riot was a Brazilian, and Bernard Lamar. Yeah, goalkeeper Bernard Lamar played for France. Yeah, he played for France in the early days. Obviously, he still was in the French team when they won the World Cup. The French squad when they won the World Cup. Obviously, Fabien Barthez was the main man, and then obviously Lamar was the backup guy. He was a PSG legend. He was a PSG legend. Yeah, back in the days, guys. You're talking about a long time ago. You see. I don't think you can get this sort of conversation on any other channel and just talk like this about football from the early 90s and things like that. It's fantastic, isn't it, guys? It really is. You know what I mean? The people won't have a clue. You know what? You know what you have to be careful of? And let me say something about some of these content creators. Those content creators who are only doing transfer news, right? Well, reading things off internet and things like that. But not doing the World Cup or not really doing any analysis of the World Cup or anything like that because they're only interested in likes and clicks and things, just to let you know that. Absolutely. But my team in Serie A was Parma because I Spia and Thomas Brolin. Thomas Brolin was a fantastic player, especially during the 1994 period during the World Cup. You had Darlene and Brolin, of course. Very, very good strike force. Unbelievable. Of course, we know Darlene. He played in the Premier League as well. Thomas Brolin was an incredible player, and had a weight problem. He had a weight problem. He got a little bit chubby, didn't he? Aspria went to Newcastle United, was fantastic at Parma as well. Aspria, was a great player. Thomas Brolin was really good, but he went to Leeds as well, didn't he? I think you kind of ruin your career when you go. Darlene went to Blackburn, I think, in the end. But they're both very good players. But for me, the best Swedish player I've seen is Heinrich Larsson in regards to strikers. Ibrahimovic, of course, is good, but I was a big fan of Heinrich Larsson and Jesper Blomqvist, of course. Let's not forget about him. But yeah, I was a big fan of his. Big up Marcus, big up Sal. What do you think of Alex Scott, bro? Very good player, mate. Underrated. And I think if Man United don't get Mateus Fernandes, they should try and get Alex Scott. But one thing they need to understand now, given the environment that we're in regards to inflation with the players, Scott is going to be 80 million as well. I guarantee it. He's going to be 80 million as well. You're not going to pay less for Scott. This is the way the game is now. The game is like this, 80 million for Scott. It's what we're going to get. I predicted this was going to happen because all the ridiculous prices that are going on is obviously going to affect other players. So who do you want to go through? I don't mind. It doesn't bother me, but I want a competitive tournament. I'm looking at who has more chance to beat Argentina. That's me. That's how I'm looking at it. Brazil and Argentina is a massive game. you know, and it's like a huge rivalry. I think even though the way this game is going, I think that Brazil will have a better chance of beating Argentina. I just think that, you know, because of the rivalry and because of things like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting the nostalgic and goosebumps having the retro convo. Nice one, absolutely, man. Every single day, man. Absolutely, proper football channel, mate. That's what we have. We have proper conversations on here. That's how it is, you know. Definitely, you know. One thing I'll say about Brazil, I never thought in my lifetime that I would see a player who plays for Brentford and Bournemouth playing for Brazil in a World Cup. Not in my lifetime. You know, when I was growing up, Brentford and Bournemouth were in the third division. You know, and now they're playing in a World Cup. Japan are 1-0 up, guys. This will probably be one of the greatest results in their history if they manage to hold on, guys. But they are 1-0 up. Great team play from Japan. They're a good team. One thing about Japan, they play as a team. That's what I like about them. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Bear me a second. Big game this half, guys. Massive game. Aketa, I think, has come off for Brazil. Who's coming on for Brazil here? It looks like they're making a couple of changes. Yeah, it's Hendrick. He's coming on. I thought that Man United players, Cunha coming on. Is Cunha staying on? He had to bring on Hendrick, didn't he? Oh, Paqueta's come on and Hendrick is coming on. I agree with that change. I agree with that, Jay. I think Hendricks had a good season for Leon. Do you know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong, Marcus. But for me, it's when Juninho went to Middlesbrough, that mid-table team started to make noise. I was shocked at that period, Marcus, when Juninho went to Middlesbrough, because before that happened, there was a tournament. I don't know if you remember. I don't know. It was called. It was a tournament in England, and Brazil played in it, and Sweden played in it, if you remember. And we were all looking at Juninho as this great player, and Man United to sign him and stuff like that. I mean, and they didn't only sign Juninho, they signed Fabrizio Ravanelli, the White Feather, as we know him. They signed Emerson, Middlesbrough, you know, at that time to sign Ravanelli, Emerson, Juninho. Juninho is the only player I really, really wanted in the 90s to come to Man United. You know, that I thought he would have been fantastic at United at that period. We were missing that, to be honest. It comes across from Brazil, held by Suzuki. Vinicius Jr., of course, big moment for him. You know, he's got to be the game changer now. Hendricks come on the pitch. Big moments for Brazil. Brazil, of course, being knocked out in the last 32. If they're knocked out in the last 32 by Japan, goodness me, there will be uproar, isn't it? It's Ancelotti, the manager of Brazil. Let's not forget, Ancelotti is one of the most successful managers in the history of the game, managing Brazil. So I don't think he'll be accepting this at the moment. Cross comes in for Japan. Chance for Japan again, and it's cleared away. Yeah. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you everyone who's joining me today. Really appreciate you, guys. Douglas is going to be taking the corner throw in for Brazil. Yeah, Brazil are a representation of regression. They, when you look at their team now, and you compare it to when we were growing up, and you look at the great players that used to play for Brazil, it's just nowhere near that at the moment. Obviously, Casemiro played for United last season, who was excellent. You know, Cunha plays for United, and I wish him luck. But you know, other than that, like, you know, there's not real talent that there used to be. Like, you know, with Brazil, back, you know, I would say a completely different team now. Not like they used to be. They used to make it used to be it used to be enjoyable watching Brazil play. It used to be back in the day. That's why they have 5 World Cups, isn't it? Japan wants payback from the 2006 World Cup. Brazil embarrassed them. They did. Brazil did. I remember that. It's a nice little finish as well from Brazil in that game. Little dink over the goalkeeper. I remember it. Yeah, they did. But Japan have always been there or thereabouts. They're getting better every single tournament. Let's not forget they beat Germany in 2022. I think it was. Was it 2022? 2018. They beat Germany, and yeah, so they are improving. The one thing about the Japanese is that when they put their head to something, if they want to get good at something, then they put their head to it. They get good at it. They work hard at it. And Japan have been working hard for years and years and years. I remember when England played Japan at Wembley back in 1995, 96. I don't know if you remember. And Japan scored, and it was like one of the biggest shocks ever. In England, Japan have scored against England in football. England won the game 2-1, and England were like slandered. Like, my goodness me, you only won 2-1 against Japan. My God, they've come a long way. You know what I mean? At the end of in 30 years, definitely, they've come a long way. Big up everyone in the stream. Hope you're well. Thank you everyone who's joined me today. Don't forget to smash those likes on the video, guys. Really appreciate it. For the last 32 game, of course. We are in the knockout stages now, guys. So these games do go to extra time and penalties if it's a draw. As we stand, Japan are going through. In regards to who Japan could play, let me have a look. So the fixture list. So let's have a look at who Japan could play. I know that Japan could play England in the last last 8, I think it is. Chance of Brazil straight at the goalkeeper in last 8, I think it is. So let's have a look at this. So Japan came second in their group, I think they did. They came second behind the Netherlands, came on 5 points. So yeah, I'm just trying to find out who they can play. So like team stats, season fixtures. So yeah, if Japan win this, they will win. They will play. Who would they play? I'm trying to work it out. Yeah, I'll find out. I'll find out for you guys in a minute. One thing is for certain, the longer the game goes on at 1-0, Brazil are going to get more and more anxious and leave more and more spaces in the game, and Japan could possibly score a second goal if they're not careful. Definitely. Let me have a look at this. Here comes Brazil. Vinicius Junior on the left hand side. He kicks it in there in field. Is Casemiro. Tonight, Germany are playing, guys, at 12:30 midnight my time. That is about 9:30 p.m. UK time. They're playing Paraguay in the last 32. I expect Germany to go through that game. To be honest with you, I expect Germany to win that game. It won't be easy, but as Paraguay are very good at the play acting and stuff like that. But yeah, I would say that I expect Germany to go through definitely in that game. 100%. It's when you get to the last 16 that's when it starts to get a little bit more difficult and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So in regards to the World Cup, who can play each other? Let me have a look. So Canada, so to be confirmed, Canada, so final this. Yeah, I'm trying to find out who they can play. It was a cross from Brazil there. Header, good header, a good save from Suzuki. Was that Casemiro with the header? Yeah, they got to get the cross onto Casemiro's head. United are going to miss Casemiro next season. That's one thing for sure. Cross comes in. Then he definitely needs to be replaced, doesn't he? He definitely needs to be replaced. So, who do you think one of the most overrated players for me? I would say Neva. I never rated him. There's so many, who I look at. I mean, there was one point Neymar was really good at you know, but yeah, I agree with you. I can't disagree with you, Jay. I think he is a little bit overrated. Yeah, I mean, overrated doesn't mean they're crap. It just means their rating in regards to the best is not there. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like when I said the other day. I said Julian Alvarez, who's valued at 150 million, is overrated. I mean, doesn't mean he's rubbish. It just means he's not worth 150 million. Thomas, Argentina having a piece of cake at the World Cup. Their group was a joke. Their group is a joke. 1-1. Oh my goodness me, he missed it. How did he miss that? How did he miss that? I thought that went over the line. I can't believe it. Now Japan are on the counter attack here. The Japan are coming forward. They got a chance here. How did he miss that? I can't believe he missed that. It's a chance. Oh, that's a poor cross. But how did he miss that? Is it Suzuki who made a fantastic save? Oh, well, he missed that. It was a poor. Was it? Who was it? It was Casemiro. It's Casemiro. He that's handball, isn't it? Oh, it's a good save. Edison is playing for Brazil. Yeah, he's not on the pitch though, Kevin. He's not on the pitch, I don't think. At least I don't think he is. He might come on the pitch a bit later, but definitely he's not on the pitch at the moment. Well, that should have been 1-1, to be honest with you. But then Japan counterattacked, and they could have scored themselves. Let me. I'm trying to get up the route for you. World Cup. So let's have a look at this. So Japan will play the winner of Ivory Coast and Norway. That's what's going to happen. So Japan will play the winner of Ivory Coast and Norway. Tomorrow we've got Morocco and Holland. Morocco and Holland will play Canada. 1-1. And it is our guy, Casemiro, the Man United player. Who else? Well, former Man United player now. He left at the end of the season. Who's got the goal, guys? It's 1-1. It was coming. Casemiro. Who else has got the goal for Brazil? It was coming, though, to be honest with you. And it is 1-1 between Brazil and Japan. Brazil are back in the game. Back in the game. Yeah. They are back in the game here, guys. I don't know what they're claiming here, Japan. They're claiming something. But Casemiro, of course, Man United's player of the season last season, in my opinion, along with Bruno, was fantastic last season. Probably one of the players of the season in general. Let me have a look. I mean, I said get the ball into Casemiro, he'll score. There you go. Yeah, had to be the United player, former United player now, left at the end of the season. Left in tears, didn't he? Man United was a big player last season for Man United. Celebrated highly. Great play, great header. There you go. 1-1. Great goal. Casa is inevitable, as we say. You know, he's inevitable. Casemiro is inevitable. And that was coming, guys, because Brazil come close a couple of times. Yeah, it's a good cross. It's a great header. Arsenal to United there. Gabriel with the assist and the super Casemiro with the goal. Casemiro, yeah. He's the last player for Brazil. You know, probably Vinicius Jr., you could say, right? But he's the last player for Brazil I class as like one of a Brazilian player, if you know what I mean. Of course, 5 European Cups he's got in his career. Yeah, absolutely. Sad to see him go last season, to be honest with you, after a few years. Obviously, it's not been the best period for Manchester United, but he has been one of the better players for our football club. JDC, Um, Brazil playing 100 times better after benching Paqueta one. Yeah, I didn't know why he was in the why he's in there. And here comes Brazil. Once Brazil in their flow, they're going to score again. When they're in their flow, they don't miss, guys. They're going to score again if they're not careful. Here we go, 2-1. There you go, guys. Oh, that was nearly 2-1. How did he miss that? That was Vinicius Junior. That's what I'm saying. I thought it went in as well, Marcus. I thought it went in as well. I thought, how did he miss that? If you're not careful, guys, they're gonna score again. It's a good save, to be honest with you. It looked like it went in. It hit. It's a great save from Suzuki. A very good save. Great save from Suzuki. Fair play to Suzuki. Very unlucky, but great play from Brazil. Brazil are on fire now. That's what I'm talking about. Once Brazil start getting in their flow, they're gonna be on fire. Funny enough, this is the first time I've done a Brazil watch along for the World Cup, isn't it? Great save, absolutely mark him up from Suzuki there. But good play from Brazil. Brazil are in it now. They're in confident. They're in confident mode. Yeah. 10th goal for Brazil for Casemiro. There you go. Here comes Japan. Japan haven't given up though. Japan have got to obviously carry on probing and carry on looking for their own goal of their own, and not just sit back. Yeah, well, it's an open game now, guys. It's an open game. Big up everyone in the stream. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. If you guys could do that, it'd be fantastic. Brilliant to have you guys here, of course. Yeah, it was onside, Casemiro. But that shot from Vinny Jr. was so close to going in. I mean, how Suzuki managed to save it? My goodness me. That's Jordan Henderson. That goes in all day long. I mean, if that Jordan Henderson that goes in the back of the net. 1-1 here. R9 and Roberto Carlos, Brazilian legends, are in the crowd, of course. Legends of the game. There's a couple of players right there. You know what I mean? Nearly 2-1, guys. I can't believe it. There's been a couple of chances for Japan, for Brazil. They could have easily been 2-1 up in this game in the second half. They have stepped it up a level. Fair play to Ancelotti. He made the changes, and his changes are working here. Absolutely. You see how Casemiro was onside. That's a sign of football intelligence, control of the body, rarely offside on those kind of goals. Absolutely. We're going to miss him next season, Marcus. We're going to miss him next season. Saved us many times last season. So underrated. I think he was better than Declan Rice last season. I thought he was a better midfielder all round. You know what I mean? Absolutely. He is. He's aware. It's intelligence, isn't it? It's what class players do, isn't it? Well, world-class players do. They're aware of not only the ball, but everything around them, isn't it? And that's what they are, Casemiro, yeah. Sad to see him go next season, definitely. But it's a good header. Fantastic header, to be honest. A lot of power in that header. To get to that power behind the header was a fantastic finish. We got half an hour, guys, in this game. 1-1 between Japan and Brazil. 46-year-old Ronaldinho back in football in Serie C is crazy. Well, you know what I mean? If he doesn't have to run, he'll be all right. You don't lose this. They say that form is temporary, class is permanent, isn't it? It's going to be difficult for him at that age, 46. He hasn't exactly looked after himself, has he? In regards to, like, he's not Cristiano Ronaldo, is he? He's part of the best midfield in the world 2016 until he came to us. Yeah. Fortunately, he came at a time where it was difficult for United. You know what I mean? So it would have been good to see him at a successful Man United. We're going to miss that guy. We will. This way needs to be replaced properly, sufficiently, properly. This is what we're talking about. We need a player. We're not going to replace Casemiro, but we need a player that is, good. Who's going to make a difference, like Casemiro has done numerous amounts of times. You know what I mean? And that's what I would say. Definitely. Japan holding on a little bit, somewhat. They need to calm it down a little bit. Brazil are playing free-flowing football at the moment. Good football. It's the first real Brazilian style football I've seen in this game. They are doing a little bit of one touches here and there, intricate little touches. Here's a chance again. Cross comes in, held by Suzuki. Held by Suzuki there. Good bit of play there from Brazil. Good skill. Good skill. Yeah, Man United missed out on him. We were speaking about him before he went to Bournemouth. United were interested in him, but didn't make the move. They could have got him for cheap. Chiellini replaced Casemiro at Real Madrid. It could happen again at Manchester United. It's written in the stars. Let's hope so, maybe. I won't write anything in the stars with Ineos at the moment. The only thing I write in the stars is them putting money in their pocket right now. But here comes Japan. Japan looking to do one on their own. Little chance here. Shot straight at the goalkeeper. I don't know why he shot from there. Toe punted it from that angle. Guys, the Ueda, the striker, kind of toe punted it, didn't he? Straight at the goalkeeper. I'm really concerned about Japan counter-attack. Yeah, that's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking for. But I just feel like Brazil are overpowering them. I think they will end up scoring Brazil again. And in this game, I think they will end up scoring again. Obviously, Neymar's still on the bench. I don't know about Neymar. Neymar wasn't good at his peak. He didn't win for Brazil, let alone in the World Cup. I mean, let alone in these 2026. Goodness me. You remember 2014 Neymar? You know what happened there? Didn't he get injured or something? If I can remember correctly, he got injured or something there. Yeah, I think the ship has sailed for Neymar. I think that was more of a style. That Neymar's their Jordan Henderson. I know that sounds crazy, but he's their Jordan Henderson. He's there for vibes. I think maybe he might prove me wrong. You never know, but I think he's there for vibes. You know what I mean? Substitution for Brazil, guys. Again, coming on is Martinelli. God help them. Martinelli's coming on, and Cunha is coming on. My goodness me. Martinelli for Cunha. Goodness me. That's an awful substitution. That's an awful substitution. Hello, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up yourself from Russia, is it? Big up my Russians, family, and stuff like that. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Hope everything is okay with you. Hope you're having a good day. Look, Suzuki's coming off as well for coming on for Japan, the second Suzuki as well. Martinelli is the wrong choice for me. I really do. I think Martinelli is the wrong choice. Then again, it's fresh legs, isn't it? It's fresh legs. They're going for fresh legs. The biggest player we have that decade was Tony Cruz. Would have changed everything for us. Yeah, and Gareth Bale would have changed a lot for us. Yeah, of course. However, I would also point out that Man United is not just about the players. It's not just about what players we had, what players we didn't have. It's the environment. It's the environment at Man United. Man United, not Real Madrid. The environment is completely different. You know, especially with the Glazers around and that. Real Madrid are like proper winning machine. We don't concentrate on football. We're a commercial club. Do you know what I mean? And that's what happens with us. You know, it's what's happened to us over the years. Yeah. Is someone going to get the winner? 24 minutes to go, guys. Here in Houston, Texas. Is someone going to get the winner? Let's wait and see. Brazil playing well here. They're keeping possession, but not really creating anything too much. Cross comes in again. Bit of a scrappy little moment there for Brazil. Obviously, Japan will be looking to counter as they do. they'll be looking to counter. But can they maintain this this press? Japan, can they hold on this press? Long ball here. No, it's cleared away. It's cleared away. Andrick almost got in the end of it. Yeah, not sure about the Martinelli substitution. I don't know. I don't know what that offers them. To be honest with you, I'll be honest. I'm not sure about the Martinelli substitution. Might be a wrong decision in my opinion. Yeah, it might be a wrong decision. We got the hydration break, guys. The hydration break. 1:30 Moon in Torsten. Texas hot. That's my second home. Hydration break is actually welcome. I've been Houston, Texas. I went to Webster. It's not as hot as where I live, and I still don't think they need hydration break. They're indoors. They're in an air-conditioned stadium. I've been to that stadium. Mantelete in the midfield makes no sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. It just slows down the game. It shouldn't be any hydration breaks, man. Not in an air-conditioned stadium. So right now in Houston, Texas, it is 31 degrees. It is 46 where I am these days. But there you go. Yeah. Just slowing down the thing. We go on the stream, guys. Whilst we wait for this hydration break, please don't forget to subscribe, smash a like on the video. If you're new, guys, you could do that for me. That'd be fantastic. Thank you, everyone who continues to support the channel. Legends. Thank you, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, doing a watch along for Morocco as well. Don't forget about that one. We'll be live, guys, for that one as well. So we'll be doing the Morocco. Morocco gets Holland, which should be a very, very good game, in my opinion. So that one should be a game to look forward to. Two teams that score, two teams that concede as well, to be honest with you. They both concede, they both score, they both concede as well. Absolutely. Good evening, Tyberg. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good time in Serbia. Big up yourself. I'm sick of transfer market flip-flopping news. Yeah. It's going to be like that until the end of the summer window. Unfortunately, that's what we're going to get, and we will sign players, no doubt. I don't think we'll sign a quantity of players. Absolutely. Well, they are JDC. They are in general. They have no proof that they are good at running a football club. The only evidence that there is Nice and Lausanne, and they're not really glowing references, are they? They're poor. They've been poor at those football clubs. Do you know what I mean? And yeah. So yeah, I believe this stadium's air conditioned. Just to let you know, guys, before we have an hydration break, I do believe it's air conditioned. Brazil is a bad shape when the likes of Martinelli is on the Brazilian team. This guy would never get a sniff in the third team. Brazil team, no chance, mate. You know how many players missed out on the Brazil team in the 90s who didn't get in the team? Man, they had an they called it like an embarrassment of riches and stuff. You know what I mean? Embarrassment. Big up, Kieran. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Brazil in the 90s, Brazil had an embarrassment of riches. They had an embarrassment of talent. I mean, talent that they used to leave out the squad is frightening. It was, you know what I mean? This time, though, they're not quite on that level. They've got talent, but football has regressed quite significantly. Guys, Janino didn't play. He played quite a lot. He won a World Cup for them. He was in the squad in 2002. Was in the squad in 1998 as well. He's always been in the squad. He didn't get to play much, as you said, but he got in the squad at least. But it's such a good squad. You know, it was an amazing squad. Juninho was unbelievable. You know, can't blame it. I mean, when I think about Cafu, Rivaldo, Dunga, Roberto Carlos, Aldair, you know, just next levels, man. Here come Brazil again. Chance. Vinicius Junior did too much there. That's one thing about Vinicius sometimes. Does do a little bit too much sometimes, but that was a chance for Brazil again. They're really potent down that left-hand side. Really potent on the left-hand side. We've got about 18 minutes to go of normal time. Possibly about 5 minutes of in-time, which makes no sense because they had 5 minutes for hydration break, right? They've forgotten about injury time now. Janino might have greatest ever free kick take of all time. I'm not talking about that Janino, JDC. I'm talking about the better Janino. He played for Middlesbrough. He was better. Much better. The Janino who played for Middlesbrough, not Janino who played for Lyon. The one who played for Middlesbrough. That's the one we're talking about. You know, the one who played for Middlesbrough was a better player. He was an unbelievable, all-round, unbelievable player. Yes, Janino had good free kicks. Beckham was better, though. Anyway, free corner coming in. Beckham was the greatest free kick taker of all time. I would question anyone's allegiance to Man United who suggests otherwise, in my opinion. Beckham was the best at the right time. He did it at the right time, Beckham. You know, he scored free kicks at the right time. Big free kicks. And not only that, crosses as well. Set pieces in general was unbelievable. Juninho scored worldies from a long way. That Juninho. But the Juninho, he's not the best Juninho in Brazil. The best Juninho was the one who played for Middlesbrough. If you know, you know, guys. Chances, they got a good chance whilst it's still 1-1, Kieran. Still 1-1, they got a good chance, but Brazil are dominating the game at the moment in regards to possession. I can see Brazil running out winners at this moment in time. Looking at the game, analysing the game the way I have, I think they're going to win eventually. They are playing. They're playing quick stuff now, Brazil. But yeah, a little bit on the short side of chances. They actually made they actually made a film about Beckham, didn't they? Bend It Like Beckham, you know that they made a film about Beckham about his free kicks, man. That guy from the same town as me as well, so he was obviously didn't really do nothing in his career though, did he? Did he do anything in his career? Yeah. See, Bex, he did it when it mattered. So did Juninho of Middlesbrough. He did it when it matters. He won a World Cup. Yeah, the Juninho for Lyon didn't get the Brazil squad a lot. No. Wasn't good enough. Good player, wasn't good enough. That team, that Brazil squad was incredible. Those who know Middlesbrough Juninho. Here come there you go. Still 1-1, guys. 14 minutes to go. Are we going to get a winner in this game? At the moment, I don't want this to go to extra time. Bend it like Beckham. Yes, Kieran. Bend it like Beckham. The truly greatest free kick taker of all time. Truly. If you know, you know. If anyone's standing over a free kick in a massive game, it's Beckham for me. All day long. Everyone in the world of all time is Beckham. It's Brazil on the left-hand side. Cross comes in, cleared away again by Japan. Japan holding on, and it's wide. It's wide here. That was another useless shot by Martinelli. Who expects anything less from the Arsenal player? Look at that. That was goodness me. Not the best shot in the world from Martinelli. Absolutely not. Not great at all, was it? Not great at all. Anyway, Japan are making a couple of substitutions of their own again. Just to clarify, a couple of substitutions that Japan are making, guys. Just to get this up. So, Tanaka is coming on. Tanaka, who plays for Leeds United, of course, the midfielder, and guys, Kamada of Crystal Palace, Premier League to Premier League, is coming off. Guys, that was crap, mate. I mean, I need, I knew he would do something like that. They have hard-working players, Kieran. I want fantastic is a little bit over the top. They have a hard-working team. They have a fantastic team. I don't think they have individuals. That's the thing with Japan. I don't think they have like an individual that you look at and think, wow, he's a good player. They have players that are a team. Like they've got Leeds United and Crystal Palace players playing for them. Do you know what I mean? Mines and players like that. You know, they're not an individual team. They're a team. They're not like fantastic players. No. They're just a team, a fantastic team. But individually, they're not probably. Man, there's a lot of things I'd rather see more than Martinelli. Honestly, he's just rubbish. He's just one of those players who just I mean, it's like You know, when you think about Martinelli, when you think it's just average, mid. Nothing about him that like excites you. And then again, he might come up with a winning goal today. You know, that would be funny. Brazil are dominating this game, by the way. The only difference is that Brazil are not creating chances, but they are dominating this game. This Brazil side, and I want people to understand that I call the game as it is. I don't get gaslighted into anything. They have dominated this half, and but problem with Brazil, they can't create many chances. That's the thing, isn't it? They don't create chances, and they've got to create chances. Otherwise, then this is going to extra time. Who will win a penalty shootout? I don't know how good Suzuki is at penalties. I think he's pretty good at penalties. Yeah, and then what do? They bring on Martinelli and put him in midfield. I think a lot of teams are missing that creative player these days, apart from obviously a couple of teams. A lot of the players on the wing, isn't it? A lot of players on the wing at the moment. Oh, well, guys, we need a winner. No, it's time. I don't know. Who knows? What we think and what happens are two different things, Kieran. I don't know. What makes you think that? I don't know how good Suzuki is at penalties. I know Allison's good at penalties. But Suzuki looks decent. He might be good at penalties. But Brazil are very good at penalties anyway. I don't think I've seen Brazil lose a penalty shootout in my life. I don't think it will get to that, though. I don't think it will get to penalties. Brazil don't lose penalty shootouts throughout history. It will save some, yeah. And the nerves around Japan, they won't be used to that situation. You never know. But I don't think it'll get that far. I think that Brazil are going to open them up in a minute. The way Brazil are playing, dominating this game, they are going to open them up. Japan, it's like backs to the wall at the moment, what they're doing. And Brazil just probing forward at the moment. I mean, it'd be hard on Japan for Brazil to score now, but it's got this feeling they're going to score before full time. Got this big, weird feeling. Big up everyone in the house. Thank you everyone who's joined me today, guys. All you guys who've joined me, appreciate it all. Don't forget to smash a like, guys. Please, just get the likes up and stuff. That's a poor ball from Brazil. That's a poor ball from Brazil. Was it Martinelli again? What is this Martinelli on, guys? What is he on? Why did he come on the pitch? He should have kept Cunha on there. They're playing better with Cunha. They used to have the best fullbacks. Yeah, Carfu and Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos wasn't bad, was it? They used to have really good fullbacks, and they used to contribute towards the attack. Talent's gone because it's regressed. Talent has regressed. There's oh, that's a foul, surely, on Brazil. Yellow card for Japan. I think that they were both great fullbacks, yeah. But after that, they didn't really have anyone. I think talent has regressed. Football's regressed. Too much of the social media world these days, in my opinion. Right. Brazil got a decent free kick opportunity here. They got a decent free kick opportunity. They got a chance for a free kick. Japan are just sitting back, though, to be honest. Let's be real here. They're just sitting back, waiting for something. They're playing Harambe a little bit. That's poor. That was poor. Right, it's a corner, though. It's a corner. It's a corner to Brazil. I know. He's Timo Janilio. Timo Janilio. He's anyway, free kick coming on. Brazil plays in the box on the floor. Brazil are playing on at the moment. Another stupid ball by Martinelli. Was that Martinelli? No, that was not. It's Martinelli on the floor. It's Martinelli on the floor, as usual. This guy. This guy. Well, that's an elbow, though, isn't it? And it was in the box. Nah, I don't think you can give it. He's claiming an elbow. He's claiming an elbow. I don't think you can give that. Yeah, Roberto Carlos was very good, but not very intricate. But in regards to the foot striking of the ball, he's good at a strike. But yeah, he didn't really aim it with a lot of. No soccer in this stream. Don't say the word soccer, Marcus. You say the word soccer, my goodness me. Anyone who says soccer is getting a timeout of this channel. I'm gonna put him on the timeout. Yeah, it was unintentional. It's not free. It's not a penalty, JDC. We don't want any soccers on this. It's football. Here we go. Here come Brazil. Yeah, it's called football, Marcus. No soccer-ish in this channel, man. It's like trying to rename something. You made a blunder, Marcus. I'm only joking. No, I wouldn't. You're my friend, Marcus. I would never do that to you. But I'm just saying. Soccer mom. Soccer mom. Guys, you know what? We got 2 minutes in all seriousness, and it is 1-1, and it is touching 10:50 where I am, and we're gonna have bloody extra time, ain't we? Ah, Jesus. It's always the case, isn't it? Can someone try and win the bloody game, please? In my opinion, Marcelo, Roberto Carlos at everything other than ball striking. No, I don't say that. No, JDC. No, 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 no. Don't go there, mate. Do not go there. Roberto Carlos, no. Marcelo, Roberto Carlos was 10 times the player that Marcelo was. Everything about him. That is tough monster view. Here comes Brazil wide. No, no, no. No, you can't say Marcelo was better than everything. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. All right. That's someone who hasn't watched Roberto Carlos. You know, saying stuff like that, JDC. You haven't seen him, don't judge him. He was fun. Roberto Carlos, the best left back I've ever seen in my life. Everything about Roberto Carlos was unbelievable. Here come. There were two of the best in my lifetime. Nobody comes close. Yeah, so you can't judge Carlos. You can't say that Roberto Carlos, you know, you can't say that he's worse than Marcelo. You can't say that until you've seen them play. That could be your opinion, but you can't judge something you haven't seen play. I've seen him live for Real Madrid. Yeah, Cafu was the best right back in the world. He's what I love about. He's what I love about football. Cafu. Cafu, I such a good player. Does so much. Cross comes in. He was just such a dangerous player up front, at the back, everything. Cafu, best right back in the world for years. Cafu and Carlos at the back, unbelievable. World Cup winners, mate. World Cup. Didn't they win 2 World Cups, something like that? You know, World Cup final as well. Incredible players. He was a great player, mate. I would never say anybody was better than him. Guys, your favorite Brazilian was player. No surprise, Tyberg. You like the party animal, don't you? He's not my favorite player. Definitely not. Not for Brazil. I think Rivaldo was better than him. 2 generations players on the same talent. Absolutely. Yeah, they did. They missed out on the World Cup '98. You weren't born then, JDC. I was actually watching the game, but they missed out because of that. They should have won that World Cup final, but everything was a mess. Even before the game, no one knew who he was, who if Ronaldo was going to play or not. And I think they made a mistake by playing Ronaldo at that time. You know, at the end of the day. Yeah. Casemiro injured. That's not good for Miami FC. Thank God he doesn't play for us anymore. Six minutes of injury time, guys. 6 minutes of injury time here. These bloody, oh my goodness me. I don't know. It was silly of him. What he should have done, he should have headbutted him after the game, Kieran. Because what Materazzi said, I think any man in put in that position would be put into a corner. What he said was absolutely awful. What was said to him. But what if I was the dad? I would have held myself until the final whistle and done it then. You know, that's exactly what I would have done. You know, not wait until France would have won that game, definitely. But Zidane's a legend to this day anyway. Zidane single-handedly won France. You know what I mean? Yeah, he won 94. He was on the bench, Tomash, yeah. He was a young kid then. Of course, R9 was founded by the great Bobby Robson, Englishman, was the one who founded Ronaldo and brought him to PSV. Um, if you know, you know. Here come Brazil. Brazil on the right-hand side. It's a corner. It's a corner to Brazil. He didn't lose his mind. He stood up for what was right. He stood up against his, against for his principles. It's not losing your mind. It's sticking being a man. It's sticking up for yourself. What he said in hindsight was awful. What I heard he said, Materazzi. Um, you know, but he should have just done it after the game. Oh, that's a poor header. Flipping heck. Fabinho as well. Like, oh goodness me. Sake. Guys, these extra times are jarring, man. Honest to God. Honestly, Japan are just sat here to get a draw, man. Honestly. Brazil look a little bit toothless, to be honest with you. I'll be honest. Since Cunha came off and Martinelli came on, Brazil look toothless. I'll be honest. You know, it's a bad substitution. You get that feeling when Martinelli came on, like this was not going to be good. They all were, Kieran. Every single footballer back in when I was growing up was a street footballer. Even Rooney, Fowler, all these players were street footballers. That's what's wrong with football these days. There's no street footballers these days. Ronaldo was a street footballer. You know that. CR7 I'm talking about. Is it a goal, Marcus? Oh my goodness me, Marcus, they've scored. I can't believe it. That's what I said. I said Japan. They need to start playing football. And who is it who got the goal? It's Martinelli. I can't believe it. After all that, see, it's my fault. I take the credit for that. I take the credit for that. But heartbreak for Japan here. This is what I'm talking about. You sit back, you invite problems on yourself. Idiotic. The way Japan have played in this half, see, it's my fault. You see JDC, see that energy, reverse psychology. Brazil are going to go through. My goodness me. Brazil won it. There you go. Martinelli with the winner. That happens in football. Football happens this way if you're not careful. It's onside, nothing wrong with a goal. Good finish, to be honest, Martinelli. Good finish. Yeah, we piped up the Arsenal fans again, man. we piped up the Arsenal fan. JDC, it's your fault, man. I'm going to blame JDC, man. It's JDC's fault. And now look at him. I said that earlier. I said he's going to probably score the winner now, didn't I? It looked like it's a kiss of death. Many players made a name for themselves and dumped it. Ronaldinho did so just before. You got to remember that back in them days, Kieran, that a lot of players played on the beaches and things like that. So playing on grass was easy. It was easy for them, and they used to play in the streets. So playing on the grass and all that were very easy for them. I just threw up in my mouth, effing Martinez. I mean, it's your fault, Marcus. I blame everyone but myself. I did say though. I did say that he's going to score. But you know what I mean, guys. Absolutely. Don't brother with the extra 12 minutes makes these fuckers take penalties straight away. Unfortunately, it won't be penalties now. My good friend Sherry, is going to be 2-1 to Brazil. Yeah, I don't like extra time. I agree with Sherry here. I can't stand extra time. You know what I mean? I can't stand extra time. It's just a waste of time because both teams have cancelled themselves out, And this, I just knew Japan were looking for penalties. I don't rate teams that look for penalties. I don't, honestly. And Japan were looking for penalties. They were gonna haram ball it all the way to the final whistle, the 120 minutes, guys. And they shouldn't be haram balling it because they're a better team than that. You know, they should not be haram balling it. But they've haram balled it today. And that's it. Looking at Brazil, not very impressed. They've won the game, fair enough. But not very impressed with Brazil. I'll be honest with you guys. But wow. 2-1. Tomash, what can we say? The clock is right twice a day. Every dog has his day and all that business and stuff. It's a free kick to Brazil. Sad for Japan, but Japan. Second half, I didn't rate them, man. Second half, they were just sitting back, man. And I don't like that sort of play. I say it about every team. It was quite an easy goal as well. It's quite an easy goal to concede. It wasn't like a big, amazing bit of play. Gomeres is a good player. Yeah, he's a good player. It's 28, isn't he? Newcastle not going to sell us any players. I've got to guarantee you that Newcastle won't sell us any players, in my opinion. Love the banter, though, guys. I really appreciate JDC, Marcus, Tomash, Kieran, Sherry, everyone. Marky Mark, the legend, of course. Everyone is coming to the Ephraim, coming to the stream today to watch this Watchalong, guys. Neymar is looking on from the bench while his counterpart, Messi and Ronaldo, is starting every game. He should be embarrassed to party beyond. That's what happens. You look after your body, don't it? It happens, isn't it? Is football your life or is it part of your life? You know what I mean? Ronaldo, especially CR7, is part of his life, No performance enhancing injections and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like a certain guy has. This is going to be full time here, surely. 10 minutes gone of injury time. One more chance for Japan, maybe, to kick that ball forward. I can't see it. That's the thing. When you sit back all game and then suddenly you have to start attacking and flip it on the other side, it's very difficult to do. Mentally, it's like we've done all that. And then that's what happens. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Big up JDC, legend, of course. Love, brother. Anyway, great conversations, by the way. Great conversations. They're adding a lot of time on here. Full time, is it? No. He's not giving full time yet. It's like he wants Japan in the World Cup for commercial reasons. he wants them to stay in the World Cup. All sorts of music, Tomash. My brother was a musician for 20 years. I used to manage him I was in the music industry 20 years. So full time. Brazil have defeated Japan by 2-1, guys. Heartbreak for Japan. But Japan, to be honest with you, I'll be honest, I'll be real. They sat back in that second half and they invited Brazil onto them. And I was saying it, Japan are better than this. They need to come out and attack Brazil a little bit. They didn't, and they got, this Brazil team were not great. I'll be honest, I'll be real, guys. But you know what? They got the result, Brazil. And fair play to Brazil. They'll be going to the next round, guys, to play Norway or Senegal, isn't it? That's going to be a good game. Definitely. And guys, commiserations to Japan. Thank you for the memories, but that's football. Football's a cruel game, isn't it, guys? Absolutely a cruel game. But thank you, guys. Listen, guys, I'm off because I got to get up in the morning to do the watch along for Holland against of course, Morocco. I've sent you the link, guys, so I'll be doing that tomorrow. Don't forget to join me for that. It'd be absolutely fantastic if you guys can join me. Really appreciate that. And guys, thank you everyone who supported the channel tonight. Thank you, guys. Sad for Japan. It's football, unfortunately. Japan got the result they deserve. Play football, not sit and defend. Yeah, exactly, Marcus. Thank you, Marcus. Exactly. And it's frustrating for me because I know they can play football. I've seen them. You know, and teams are just haramble their way through it. You know, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I've been criticizing Arsenal all season for doing it. You know, but you don't get far like that. You don't win things like that. You don't, and you have to try. I mean, this Brazil was not the best Brazil team in the world. I would say that right now. They're not going to probably win the World Cup, but they showed them a lot of too much respect, in my opinion. Guys, thanks a lot. I'll see you tomorrow for the watch along. Absolute legends, guys. Join me for that, and have a great evening, morning, night, wherever you are in the world, man. Thank you. You're legends. Thank you so much. See you in a bit. Take it easy. Peace.